Here's a snapshot. So total capital deployed, $336,000. And here's a breakdown of what I've actually bought. So that includes like 11 VFriends 1, and I minted most of these. 2 VFriends 1, bought on secondary, 5,000 books. Yeah, this is not a typo. I actually bought 5,000 books. I think I only know one other person that bought more books than me. And yeah, I won't say his name, but 67 VFriends 2, book game tokens. And during the bear market, as per se, I've been slowly accumulating VFriends 2 on secondary, and I was really, really happy when the price went down so much. My current portfolio status. So I've actually sold quite a bit since the mint of VFriends. I've sold 2 VFriends 1 for $45,000, 25 VFriends 2 for $88,000, and book game tokens, VCon tickets, and some VFriend iconics. Okay, what I currently hold. I hold still 11 VFriends 1, 165 VFriends 2, 226 book games, 2 iconics, and 67 card boxes and cards. And these are just all estimated prices. Okay, so just to be clear, this is the amount that I've actually already sold and actually got the cash. This is the amount that I'm still holding. And just as a note and a caveat, these are, at least in my opinion, like fairly conservative prices. I didn't want to set too optimistic projections. And yeah, because of the volatility of the market, the actual liquidation, the actual sale could vary significantly. So for example, characters like a Bubblegum Entrepreneur Elf, which is like a rarer character in the VFriends ecosystem, that could go upwards of much bigger amounts than the floor of a Spectacular right now. So yeah, this will obviously influence the price. Okay, here's the performance of this investment. And I think a great way to measure a performance in the Web3 space is if you compare it to investing into Bitcoin. Just simply dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. Can you beat just doing that, right? Because if you can't, then there should be a consideration of if there should even be any investment into this project. And that could be on the angel investment side, or it could be on the liquid market side. So I say for VFriends, there wasn't really an opportunity to invest on the angel investing side. I don't think Gary would want that at this point. So I mainly just participated in the liquid market side. Yeah, you guys can ignore this y-axis of this image I created with AI here, that this is not accurate at all. But yeah, this is just a comparison chart with VFriends and Bitcoin. So here's a breakdown. It's a simple table I created. If I invested $336,000 into VFriends versus dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin month after month from April 2021 to May 2025, right? And this is just a range. So obviously it depends of if you want to buy it very strictly the start of the month, a fixed amount of money, or you kind of strategically also buy the dips, right? So I gave a range here of $323,000 to $528,000. And if I was to give a side-by-side comparison, the return I get from VFriends as of today would be 121%. And for Bitcoin, would range from 1.7%, which is like super low, versus 66%, depending on when you buy it, obviously. And I'll share with you a side-by-side comparison on the differences between these two investments. So the first thing is, yeah, I shared the returns of VFriends. Second thing would be, there is some advantages I had with timing. So for VFriends, I basically bought it most of my portfolio on the mint. So I was able to capture quite a big upside on that, especially selling quite sizable positions during you can say the peak of the bull market. I sold quite a bit to recoup quite a lot of my investment back. Also, there's also some risk investing in something like VFriends. There's less liquidity. It's more liquid. So I say right now, if I was to sell VFriends today, let's say if I was to sell like a rarer character like a Bubblegum Entrepreneur Elf, right, or like a Patient Panda or something, it'd be much harder to sell even though it could be worth more money depending on if you can find a good buyer and depending on the market situation. Versus, let's say, Bitcoin, I could just go to Coinbase, go to Binance, and sell it instantly right now for cash. Right. The next thing also is that VFriends requires a higher knowledge barrier of entry. You got to understand the ecosystem, understand what are the rarer characters. It's a collectible, right? So you got to understand which ones are worth more, the rarity, the gamification of the platform. There's like all this stuff that Gary is doing, which I find really interesting. But for people who are just looking to just buy something and not do any research at all, then yeah, there's obviously more time investment here into VFriends, or frankly, most NFT projects. I would say that requires more research based on how the founder use, but this also leaves more room for higher upside if you are willing to do the homework, do your homework, right? I understand that this is not a fair apple to apple comparison. Like Bitcoin and VFriends are very different types of investments, but I just thought it was still worth to share it in this table. Hello, if you enjoyed the video and you want to watch the full podcast, click here.